Hi guys, here we are again. This is part 3 of BMS workout right here. Remember, it's body, mind, and spirit, right? Or soul, however you describe um, this for yourself, right? Remember, knowledge is power, and we're going to talk about activity creates opportunity. We're going to talk about a 24-hour day clock. Remember, my videos are about 10 minutes long, so I'm going to try to squeeze as much information as I can. Little disclosure, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not uh, uh, an economist. I'm just a person that is curious, and I'm trying to share the experiences that have helped me get through hard times and good times, and my disciplines that I use to walk through these different scenarios in my lifetime. So let's get to it very quickly. We want to talk about time management. What is time management? Well, time management begins with the time clock, right? When you look at your watch, right, you only have half the watch because you only have the time from 1 to 12. So psychologically, you're always in a hurry because you have half of the day only in your wrist. So basically, what people have been conditioned to think is that only that time that is in the wrist matters. But no, a day has 24 hours, as you can see. But most people prioritize the time from like 6, 7 o'clock down to 6 p.m. For them, right, the rest of the time, it's sometimes taken as inconsequential as the rest of the time because the way people see time is in terms of economics, meaning that an hourly rate is means this much, right? So only the times that people work are really what the top priority of a person is. But what do you do when you don't have a job and you have all that time? Well, that's what this little clip is about. Well, first of all, you have one little obstacle to overcome. Work. I always say, work. Come on, man. Right? Everybody complains about work, but when it comes to not having a job, people freak out. So let's try to twist that around and let's change it to the word labor. What is labor? Right? You hear that they say labor department, right? They don't say work department, right? Well, the word labor used to be used, right, as work. But for some reason, now people relate labor to having a baby, right? But here's what it is. Labor is the real, word for working, right? It's the same, it's equal. But what really labor means, right? Why is it that labor for most people is only meaningful if it's attached to an amount of money or an amount of trade? Well, labor is really any activity that you do, regardless of what it is, that is an action, a physical activity, a movement of your physical, whether it's a reward or not a reward. Because I'll give you an example. If you go work out at the gym, you're probably working out harder than you work at work. And what is the reward to it? You feel better and your body, gets stronger, right? So there is a value in labor at all times. Where there is no value, it's in laziness. And see, both have an L in it, laziness and labor. So what happens when you get a shock where all of a sudden you get fired or the company closed down and you're let go? What do you do next, right? You're accustomed to wake up and go to work. Well, this is what this little clip is about. And this is the final of these 3. I just give you a little in and outs so that you start picking on your brain and changing, transforming some of those things that are status quo, that they're just driving you nuts or give you anxiety right now because things change so fast and you didn't have a chance to adapt to it. adapt, right? You gotta adapt. Okay. So here it is, labor, and I put an 8 because you already recognize 8 as an 8 hours of work. So labor 8. So how do you feel 8 hours, right, of labor when you're at home? Well, let's let's be hopeful that everything that is happening, like everything in life, is only temporary. And we're going to focus on one day at a time. There are so many activities that you can do, right, to make sure that you can fill in that time. And let me give you the little secret, which is the one that have helped me in my life. Well, but real quick, I'm going to go through this. Labor, learn. You got to learn. Life is a never ending learning experience, it's a journey. I get really shocked when people go to real high school, high academy, and they say, "Oh, I already finished school." Yeah, you finished school, but learning, you can never finish learning. Life is a never-ending learning experience, and when you get that as a natural thing, then you understand that you're always going to be learning something, whether it's good or bad, but you're always going to be learning something. So I'm trying to get this in 10 minutes, so real quick. Leisure, that's entertainment. We entertain too much, so that will stale your brain. You can't get fired up. You can't, because you are basically dulled up. You are only watching, only absorbing, right? Have you noticed when people get mad at the TV because of the sport? That's because they already are so overwhelmed, and you're having a reaction now. Now you're like you just can't take it anymore. You feel like, I want to go dunk the ball. I want to go do that myself, because you're getting so much energy coming into you that now you want to have a reaction to it. So remember, activity creates opportunity, right? Did you want to write a book? Did you want to learn a new skill? This is the opportunity. Don't waste any time, because guess what? When you get stale, your brain, right, it starts, the little wheels start spinning, and if they start spinning in the wrong way, that's the way you're going to go. So you got to stay busy positively, and you got to start being hopeful. Do not just be thinking of what's going on, because that's going to be very unhealthy, because it's a losing situation. It's a losing battle. Until something changes, we're going to be in this for the days to come. So take it one day at a time, focus on growing yourself, like in the previous episode, and remember this. You are in charge of this time, and you're responsible for this time. It's not somebody else's responsibility. We all got here together, but we all responsible for our time, right? Whatever is needed to be done to our own happiness, to our own success, we are responsible for 24 hours of every day. If you want to sleep 19 and nothing good happens, you understand why, right? Because once you see it, you understand how important things are, right? So remember, labor 8 hours. And I'm going to give you a little trick of what this means in essence. Learn, leisure, right? We're going to want to cut down that, because you can write a book. You can do you can actually read. You can actually learn a new language. You can do many things instead of just watching videos that don't mean anything, right? And sleep 8. You have to sleep. You have to stop worrying so much and sleep. You're not a piece of metal. You are a person. You are a human being. And this, like I told you before, this is not your fault. This was not designed to hurt you personally. So take that out of your system and begin to take charge over your emotions. Take a good sleep, a good nap, especially if you have all that time. Everybody complains, "Oh, I don't have enough time." Well, now you have time. And real quick, before I go, labor 8 hours, what that means is once you get your little routine working for you, you just repeat that every day. Yeah, until something gonna change, they're gonna call you from work or whatever the next step is. When you get that little setting, it's like going to work every day, except you're doing it at home. You're gonna clean your floor, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, But and then that little happy routine, and then you get to sit down, watch your favorite movie, listen to music or arts and craft, crochet, whatever you want to do. Okay, guys, get out of this, with no scratches. Let's try to get out of this with no scratches. Listen to the rules, so that way nobody gets hurt. And the other thing is, remember, this will pass too, and it's all attitude. I know it's hard. I'm in it too. So it's all attitude, and let's hope for the best, but let's stay active. Activity creates opportunity. BMS workout, and knowledge is power. The more you know, the better you can react to things. Okay? I went a little over the 10 minutes, but okay. Thank you. If you like the video, please share it. I'll have a little more videos coming up in relation to the situations going on. And, God bless you. And hopefully you like it and share it. Bye.